Okay, let's imagine that you're a group of people doing the course. Okay, so I'll give you an example. Hello, can you hear me? I'll give you an example of. Can you turn up the volume a little bit? Sound guy? Hello, hello. Yeah. So imagine that you are doing the course and you've just come back from before, right? You've been thinking about the course, and now this another session, let's say. So I want you to sit, and I'm going to talk as if I'm giving the course, okay? I want you to sit. The best posture for meditation is not too rigid, not too slack. You can keep your hands in your on your knees or in your lap. You don't need to close your eyes, but just keep your eyes open, yet unfocused. And just become aware of what's happening around you. Become very focused on the present moment. What sounds can you hear? Since your eyes are open, you can see shapes and colors. In the same way that you're sitting on your seat, just imagine a sup in two sides of me. And just become aware of what's happening around you. So you're not only sitting in the center of the 360 degrees of things around you, not only this room, but in this place where we are, this complex called Shantivan. Just imagine how many things are happening here. But you're in the center of everything, very still, very stable, just observing. Mentally sitting on this subtle seat behind the eyes, in between the two sides of the brain, very calm, very stable. Because you're not moving around, you give yourself a chance to experience your natural state, which is peaceful. Because you're not having any desires at the moment, that you want this or you want that, you feel quite content. And because internally you're not divided, you feel very together, therefore very strong. A peaceful thinking being, sitting on your seat behind the middle of the forehead. From this point, you observe things, colors, forms. From this point, you hear sounds, and you are aware that the world is happening around you. The future has not happened yet. The past has already gone. So literally you are sitting in the present moment, in this place and not any other place, feeling very calm, very stable, very powerful, and basically with a disposition to be loveful. Feel easy, calm, and loving. So back to the training. In this state, I want you to think about what you heard in the first lesson, the first session, sorry. What did you hear in the first session that was useful for you? Okay, let's now open our eyes more. What did you hear? What was important for you? You'll have to speak up if you don't want to use a microphone. More louder. Experience, explore. Does that make sense, that sequence? Okay, good. That's the essence of this adult way of learning. What else?
Uh, I realize that I don't have to go too much into the explanation of things, and I have to keep it concise, make sure that uh, they have experience, and I make it more interactive.
Okay. Did you hear? Okay, realize it doesn't need to go into the greater detail about things. Some new people are coming. Less conduction, more induction. If you're going to be part, come in. I think we'll have to do a cutoff point now, Supriya Ben. Uh, no new people should be able to join the course. It's a bit late. You've lost the main explanation, actually, the logic of it, unfortunately. Maybe someone can explain to you at lunchtime, the ones that got late. Can you hear? Did you understand? Huh? These two new people that came in. Did you understand? Oh, she's doing that. Yes or no? Okay. Which this means yes and no at the same time. Okay. Now, the second topic, right, in this first lesson, and we're going to get gradually faster because at the same time I'm training, I'm also explaining uh, um, the faculties of the soul. You explain, I mean, maybe you would set up your own explanation, but our problem is not the mind, but what the mind contains, right? You know how many thoughts we have? Depends. Now, I could explain this directly. I could explain, giving an example. I give an example. I was with the airport authority in the north of Brazil in the year that they were preparing airports to receive people for the World Cup of soccer in 2014, I think. And I asked those people what was the busiest airport in Brazil. And they said the Sao Paulo domestic airport. At the peak hour, they have a flight every 90 seconds, either coming in or taking off. So I said, okay, what about the airport of the mind? How many things come in and take off? And I said to them, in one day, we have 1,000, more or less, 1,000 waking minutes, because in one day there are 1,440 minutes. So let's say we have 1,000 minutes in which we're awake and supposedly in control. And if you have 1,000 minutes and you have something happening in your mind every second, how many things in one day? 60,000, right? If you have a more quicker mind and there's something happening every half second, how many? 1,000 and 1,000, 120,000. 120,000. And you then think, well, why do you get tired? This is where you could explain about the brain using 30% of our energy. You get tired because you think too much. Just apart from this, Baba, in one of those, in the early days, Baba would come in history hall, he would come in meditation hall, and sometimes even came in Baba's room. I had the chance to meet Baba in Baba's room. And once he was with a group of foreigners after them all in the history hall, and he gave a long drishti to all of us, and he said, "You people think too much." And everyone agreed. Do you think that you think too much? Yeah. Do you think more than what you speak? Do you speak more than what you do? Probably. So thinking, not getting anywhere. And I suggested to these people, just imagine that your thoughts are like planes coming in and taking off. And the airport is the mind. Again, another metaphor, another example, coming in and taking, and a lot of stuff going on, very busy, very busy airport, most people would have, very busy mind. A lot of those, and if you ask people, how much of your thinking is actually productive? Do you know what studies tell us? 3%. Like, for example, worry. They say that worry, 97% of the time that we worry is useless because it doesn't have anything to do with reality. You worry about things not because you know, it's because you don't know. Actually, we should only worry when we do know that I've got the real information. You have been diagnosed with terminal cancer. Then maybe you have the right to worry, right? Then you've got a sort of a pain in your stomach somewhere, and you read on the internet, Dr. Google, right? That this and this and that, maybe I've got cancer. Maybe this is going to happen. I'm going to die. And who's going to look after the kids when I'm gone? So we start to create all of these thoughts which have nothing to do with reality. Only 3% of the time that we are worried is actually connected with reality. The rest of it is the unknown and the fear of the unknown. So, I mean, there's lots of examples you could give. But the mind is not the problem. It's what you're thinking about, which is the problem. Yeah. And the mind is what's in your mind is what's happening now in your mind. It's the present. The present is in your mind. Even if you're remembering the past, this is something you're casting back from the present. You have a present view. of the past. And the intellect, so you've got the experience of the mind. Example, think of a mango. Yeah. Do you like mangoes? You love mangoes? So think of the best, what's the best mango in India? Oh, pancho. Okay. Think of that. You've got a plate of this mango in front of you, right? Close your eyes. Can you taste the mango? Can you remember what it tastes like? Yeah, of course. So what's happening is the mind, whatever comes into it, is able to absorb the quality as well. So think of a food you don't like. What don't you like? Not talking about onions and garlic, but is there any vegetable you don't like? Hmm. Huh? Bitter gourd. I don't like it either. Bitter gourd. So close your eyes. Can you taste the bitter gourd? Yeah. Of course, the quality of it is also in your mind. If you think about someone's defects, you are actually being affected by that defect because the quality of the defect is in your mind. It's incredible when I see Brahmins doing a play and they enact the five vices. Someone is anger, someone is lust, someone is attachment. They do it so well. Why? They have the sanskars. Yeah. So mind, everything that comes through it also produces an effect. So that's why I call the mind the experience of the moment. And the one who's adjudicating or evaluating the experience is the experiencer, is the intellect. So you look, oh, that's there, or this is there, that person is there, this thing happened is there. So the one who's observing what's going on in the mind is the intellect. Yeah. Just to discriminate. And then the sanskars, the experience says. So you've got the experience of the moment, the experiencer, the one who's observing, and the experience says, which are recorded. Yeah. Can you remember your room here? Can you who stays here in Shantivan? Anyone? Okay. But who stays here permanently? Just a few. Okay. Good. And who stays in the center? Who stays with their Lokic family? Okay. In your Lokic house, you have a room? Yeah. Okay. I will conduct a short experience. This is where the experience comes in. So you're explaining different things. I want you to close your eyes. I want you to visit your room mentally. Okay, you have arrived. Maybe you're feeling a little bit tired. Or you've gone to your house, maybe, if it's that there, or your building, if you're living in a center. You've arrived, you open the door. What is there as you open the door? What's on the right side of opening the door? Is there a place where you put shoes? Is there a place where you hang coats? What's there? Is there a pitcher of water around? Some recipient of water? So I want you to go in. You're feeling a bit thirsty. So you go to where the water is and you pour yourself a glass of water. And you go to somewhere, you've taken your shoes off. Okay, can you visualize taking your shoes off? Getting the cup of water. Now you go and sit down. You sit. You feel the comfort. You feel the comfort of the chair, actually. You still got your glass of water in the hand. So you sit down. You remember Baba. And then you drink some water. And you feel that your thirst is being satisfied. Can you feel the water? Okay. Now open your eyes. What happened? Did you go to your room? Did you get the water? Did you taste the water? Did you sit down? Did you feel the seat? Why? Why? How could you do that? How could you do that? You didn't go anywhere. You were here the whole time. You went somewhere mentally. Yeah? So the mind was experiencing all of this. What you remembered was recorded in you, your sanskars. And the one that was observing the whole thing was the intellect. That's how it works. So 24 hours per day, this thing is going on. Yeah. So what could you explain? What's the advantage of knowing all of this? Why is it interesting to know how we work internally? Tell me.
You can change it.
You can change it. You can change it. Why? Huh? Yeah, you can change it because you can control it. Can't hear you. Yeah, if some bitter experience is there, you can look at it. That's just an experience that's recorded in me. Let me look at it. That's there, I'm here. How can you do that? I am not what is recorded in me. I'm not the thought. I am the thinker. I'm not the memory. I'm the one who has recorded those memories. So if you want to fix a car, another example, and you know how the motor works, could you? No. If you know how the motor works, what's the principle behind internal combustion engines? You know, why the pistons, why the spark plugs, why the radiator and all of this. You have a good chance of fixing it if it goes wrong. What's the principle of a mechanic? He studied how cars work, he can fix them. So in the same way, if I understand how my mind works, I can fix it. if I need to. Do you think you need to fix your mind? People would agree, right? Everyone. Who has the best mind here? Yeah, you have a good mind, but maybe not the best one. You can't really say that, right? Each one is completely individual. Why are we individuals? Why are we individuals? Good question, huh? Because I have a mind that works in a different way from everyone else's mind. I have sanskars because I've been in different experiences from everyone else. My experiences are different from your experiences. I've never been in the same place. Where are you from? I've been to Bombay, but I probably haven't been to your street. Right? I don't know the neighborhood. I mean, what's recorded in me is not the same as you. I've been to 100 countries, let's say. So a lot of experiences. I get confused sometimes. Not only that, I can speak Portuguese, Spanish. I also can speak French and Italian, English. I understand Hindi. So my let's say register of experiences is peculiar to me, and same to you, same to you, same to you. Right? We are from different places, different ages, different genders, different everything. What's similar? Every one of us, there is this thinking and feeling being called the soul. So these are the sorts of things we can explore. Okay.